The time has come to review the Powerslide Hardocre Evo Trinity. After a few months using these skates in different conditions, in the ice, dirt, in the wet, general skating, I'm going to tell you my honest opinion about these skates, both the good and the bad. Let's do this. The Hardocre Evo Trinity are pro-carbon skates mainly made for urban skating, but can be used for pretty much everything. If I had to describe these skates, I would say that Powerslide tried to do the best bang for the buck pro skate. By that, I mean that they tried to put all the technology they could in these skates without making them cost like $700 or $1,000. The first things you notice when taking these skates are how light they are. In fact, just the boot itself weighs 700 grams. Another thing you just cannot ignore, this is the first time a Hardocre Evo comes directly in a tri-skid setup. And I can already see all the slalom skaters shouting, "How am I gonna do without a rocker setup?" If you look closely, the bolts on the two last wheels can be turned in order to create a light and a heavier rocker. This is part of Powerslide's Be Free with Free thing, where you can still do all your stuff with the advantages of free wheels. I'll get back to this later. But look, you can definitely slalom on a rocker tri-skid setup. I have to say that I like the stealthy look of these skates. All black with light grade carbon fiber and the white accents on the buckles. And we finally put a toe cap to protect your skates when doing tricks, like this one for example. Well, they look a little bit weird, but I'm still happy to have them. When checking Powerslide's website, I saw that Vcut had a more appealing toe cap. I wish we can also see this in the next version of the Hardocre Evo. But on my left skate, the toe cap was a little bit offset, making it look like if my frame was offset. And I had a heart attack every time I looked down at my feet. After speaking to Powerslide, they sent me another pair and the toe cap was even more offset. And it didn't affect the performance of my skates at any point, but it's enough to make a skater like me have a panic attack, especially when skating fast. If you look under your skates, they come with a different frame mount, the Trinity system. And if we compare this to the 165mm mount, a classic mount we see on the majority of urban skates, instead of 2 bolts, you have 3 of them, enabling your skates to be lower and get some other advantages. On top of the boot, you can see a My Feet logo. This means that these skates are heat moldable. You can put your skates in the oven and the heat will allow the materials to become softer, enabling your skates to take the shape of your feet. And indeed, it works tremendously well. You can heat mold them as many times as you want, and since this process I didn't have any pain whatsoever while skating. But I think it would be a lot simpler if Powerslide could have put the heat molding information inside the box, because I had to search by myself to find the correct temperature and timing in order to prevent burning my skates in the oven. These skates don't come with any footbeds, because we don't need any. Why? Remember when I said that these skates are heat moldable? Well, this applies to the bottom part too. Seriously, don't add any footbeds on these skates, it may hurt or cut your blood flow. Let the skates do the magic for you. Now this is the part I was a little bit concerned before using these skates. Here in the back there's no Vcut, and to my surprise this part didn't block any of my moves. In fact, it's quite soft and adapts to my movements. I didn't even feel it. I have been generally impressed by the quality of these skates. I really like the little touches they put here and there. Take a look at these bolts for example. There's a "We love to skate." It's really cool, and by the way these bolts are extremely light. But there's something I didn't really like, the bolts and buckles. Although the design is really clever, in action I often get my bolts stuck when trying to change frames, and it's a real pain in the butt. The cuff bolts can get loose quite easily, and I even lost one very fast, and it was hard to find in skate shops. Maybe it would be nicer if we could see some more aftermarket parts in skate shops? Now, regarding the buckles, as you expect from a pro freestyle skate, you have two micro ratchet buckles, the 45-degree buckle and another one on the top. They secure your feet well most of the time, except when I get a little bit carried away when doing tricks. They tend to get loose, especially with the katana frames. Now, this is the part where these skates shine. These skates are light. Even with the katana frames, I think they are the lightest carbon skates I own, especially compared to my previous one. They also are the comfiest carbon skates I have too. Although you don't immediately feel a big difference when skating with the Trinity mount, there's something I definitely enjoy, that are the 3 points of contact, making the frames less susceptible to move if the bolts get slightly loose. I already had the frame of a previous skate do a quarter of a turn under my feet, and damn my potato chips. These skates are stiff and very responsive. It really is a pleasure to use them. The carbon is very stiff on the bottom part, but I wish it could be a little stiffer on the top. Powerslide, please make a carbon cuff, please. The spinner wheels that come with the skates are 90mm and have a hardness of 88A. And I have to say that I really enjoy using these wheels, and I really enjoy how they perform. Fun wheels. They do come with ILQ9 classic bearings, and that's actually a great thing because I actually prefer the classic than the pro version that I found a little bit too fragile. Having the possibility of skating rocket with a tri-skate frame is definitely amazing, but it can take some time to get used to it. But I like the way that in one frame you have the possibility of skating flat and have 2 levels of rockering. That's awesome. I have to admit that these skates are amazing. All the tech put inside really helps us have a better experience. The performance and comfort are awesome, but I really wish Powerslide could put a carbon cup to go with them, even as an aftermarket part. If I have to rate these skates, I would say it's an 8 out of 10. This is it. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and please help me making us getting more popular by sharing this video to your friends. You can change everything. Think about it. Alright guys, see you in the next episode.